Welcome back to yet another Top 10 video. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure to hit that like button, comment, and subscribe. Do you want to be just a regular dog or cat owner? Or do you want to get some major attention with an exotic pet? Well, in today's video, I will be telling you about our top 10 picks for the best exotic animals which are legal for you to have as pets. Starting it off with number 10, capybara. You may confuse this animal with a beaver, or rather humongous guinea pig. Actually, your guess is technically 50% right. This South American mammal is one of the heaviest and largest rodents in the universe, weighing in at approximately 100 to 140 pounds. Capybaras are wild, but can be house-trained animals. Did you know that capybaras are semi-aquatic? They can live in both water and on land. It would be perfect if you had a little kiddie pool or an in-ground koi pond style pool for it to go into, just like it would in the wild. Yes, this animal looks very cute and lovable, but they also have a very needy side to them, mainly because they're very outgoing and social animals. If you're planning on getting a capybara, I say get two rather than one, for your own sake and for the capybara's happiness and enrichment. Number 9. Bearded dragon. The scientific name for the most common species of bearded dragon is the Pagona viticeps. They are a moderate-sized lizard, which are typically 12 to 24 inches long from their head to the end of their tail. There are many other various shades of bearded dragons, which can sometimes be a clue to what climate they emerged from. The head of a bearded dragon is triangular and includes rows of thorn-like spikes. But are they sharp like thorns? Not from my experience, but what about you? Have you ever held a bearded dragon? Tell us about it down in the comments. The bearded dragon will have layers of spiked scales underneath the head, which kind of looks like a beard when plumped up. These scales can also change in color during breeding and appear darker. Beardies are indigenous to Australia. They are commonly found in the northern regions, southeast, and eastern half of South Australia. Forests, scrublands, and deserts are among their ecosystems. It is not uncommon to see them basking in the morning sun on leaves, on tree stumps, or on rocks. Number 8. Fennec Fox. This fox seems to have jumped right out of Pokemon. And Fennec Foxes, much like Pokemon, don't take well to captivity and naturally don't look to communicate with humans. In a way, these critters tend to behave much like the kittens in the same household as dogs. Their dense fur helps protect them from nights in the desert climate. Their sandy pigmentation allows them to reflect heat and provides excellent camouflage too. Fennec Foxes have heavy insulation on the soles of their paws, cooling them against the desert's hot sand during the day. This additional fur on the soles of their feet gives them a lot of maneuverability in the soft sand as well. Number 7. Servals. Wild servals locate their prey in tall grass. They largely depend on their strong understanding of elevation advantages. They attack at a range of 1 to 4 meters, landing with their front paws on their prey and delivering a devastating bite to the chest. Servals can jump into the air and catch birds out of mid-flight, hook fish and frogs right out of the water, and snatch rodents from their burrows. By spraying urine on bushes and trees, rubbing fresh urine into the ground with their claws, and rubbing their cheek glands on the ground or brush, both males and females mark their territory. Males appear more often than females to mark their turf, rubbing up to 46 times per hour or 41 times per square kilometer. Number 6. Giant African land snails. Okay, hear me out. I know what you're thinking. This is most probably just a huge, massive, slow snail. Well, these are completely different, and let me tell you about them. The giant snail of Africa. These are pretty cold, low-key creatures, reaching a length of around 18 centimeters. And because they are, snails, you should feed them a ton of cucumbers and spinach, although they seem to appreciate apples and bananas as well. Regular snails don't stand a real big chance in the outside world, as they begin life so small that they're easily lost underfoot. That's why these huge African land snails are better and easier to look after. You can see them a lot easier, and they help the environment by eating only earth-based natural substances. So when their digestive system works it out, that waste is fertilizer for new growth. Number 5. African pygmy hedgehogs. The African pygmy hedgehog is so cute you'll just melt. It is possible, but not guaranteed, that your hedgie will like you as much as you like it. Some are friendly and like to snuggle. Some are shy and some are too busy exploring to talk to you. And some can be grumpy, especially if you insist on socializing during the day with these nocturnal animals. Feed it high-quality cat food with at least 30% protein but less than 20% fat. No fish, please. Fresh fruits and veggies, not dried. Cooked meat and scrambled eggs. Oh, and do regularly throw in some bugs. Crickets, mealworms, waxworms, roaches. They need the chitin found in the exoskeleton of these insects. Number 4. Axolotls. See the axolotl, a species completely as unusual as its name. If you prefer pets from outer space, is this a fish, a lizard? No, it's an underwater salamander, a very odd sight in a realm of exotic dogs, with wings, fins, and significant street cred. You're not allowed to work with these guys. They don't like it because they may be hurt. If you've seen on Fortnite a girl and a boy fish skin type, well, those are axolotls as well. They're both easy and a hard species to care for, meaning if you don't have any experience whatsoever in exotic animals, you need to pick an easier pet. It's a very fragile species in captivity. They do die very, very easily, which is a huge downside to keeping this gorgeous creature. Parasites and infections are their common killers, as they don't have protection over their skin. They have no way to stop the parasites and bacteria from taking over and leaving them badly damaged. If I owned one of these, I would get attached and it would hurt me to lose it to a horrid parasite just because its skin isn't as strong as other animals. Number 3. The slow loris. The slow loris comes in at number 3 because they are the cutest, cuddliest creature on this list. Yet the beauty is indeed a curse of its own. While those lonely, droopy eyes and those tiny, stubby little fingers are easy to fall for, the loris has a surprise. A dangerous toxin is reabsorbed through its armpits. Yep, armpits. I have noted that it likes to bite, right? Who wouldn't love cuddling with a slow loris? Slow lorises have very good characteristics as well. They can see in the dark, they're nocturnal. They have an excellent tongue. They're amazing climbers and have a sweet tooth for lizards, insects, eggs, fruit, and tree sap. Slow lorises can be sluggish, but in the wild, they have been known to take a nighttime flight of roughly 10 kilometers. For such a tiny animal, that's a considerable distance. Number 2. Madagascar hissing cockroaches. Let's go back in time a bit. Imagine Christmas is here. You've been waiting for weeks for something that you've wanted for a long time. You open your present and it's a hissing cockroach from Madagascar. Okay, well, I don't know about you, but that's what I'd be excited to see. By blowing air through holes on the sides of their bodies, called trachea, both males and females could produce a startling hissing noise. When irritated or during violent interactions with other cockroaches, they would normally try to make this sound. Each hissing cockroach has a different sound, and this is how they figure out who's who in the zoo. It's a super unique personal identity. Now, isn't that ridiculously cool? Imagine if we could distinguish each other from a little hiss. But back to the topic. If you keep these animals as a pet, I'm pretty sure they won't last that long. These animals are made for the wild. Their life expectancy in the wild is unknown, but in captivity, it will only last around 1 to 2 years. Before we get into number 1, here is our honorable mention, the dagu. A dagu looks sort of like a cross between a hamster and a guinea pig. They're really social animals, and in order to be happy, they need to be kept with at least one other dagu. However, males can fight each other, so it's better to have dagus together with opposite gender, or 2 females together. They will live in the same sort of cage that you would get for a ferret or a pet rat, and use many of the same toys and accessories. They're similar to chinchillas, and they need to take dust baths. Number 1. The kinkajou. No, this is not a monkey, or even a weasel. This is a raccoon. Kind of. And the colors, the sounds, the unexpected movements aren't like a raccoon. If it doesn't like you, it will tell you by scratching your eyes out. The kinkajou is also a transmitter of a catastrophic roundworm species. So, there are no plus sides to owning this whatsoever. Imagine having your eyes ripped out by your pet. Ouch, that's not a good look if you ask me. Well, thanks for watching. Be sure to check out our previous videos. Links will be in the description below. If you have any ideas for the next video you want us to do, please don't hesitate to drop us a comment down below, and we'll see what we can do. But wait, before you go, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. I'll see you in the next top 10 video.